Stranger Things 5 is the final stand. The Duffer Brothers have closed the loop. This is the story's last door. Fans feel the weight of that door already. They know what it means when a show decides to end. It asks more of its makers. It asks everything of its audience. For 8 years, Stranger Things built itself like a ritual. It mixed cheap tricks and deep wishes. It made monsters that were also metaphors. It made kids the truth tellers. It turned a small town into a world we could feel from far away. Netflix made the show into an event. Each season grew bigger until the show was no longer just a story. It was a promise. A promise that summer could be fixed by friendship, that fear could be outshouted by loyalty, that myth could live inside small acts, a bike ride, a cassette tape, a shared secret. Now that promise meets a ledger. Netflix and the creators are placing a big public bet. They are betting that the ending will honor the town, the characters, and the need people have for a clean, true finish. That bet is both brave and dangerous. The show has changed its rhythm. It splits its final story across 3 nights, 4 episodes first, then 3 on Christmas, then 1 final chapter on New Year's Eve. It does this like a composer arranging a last symphony in 3 movements. The plan is daring. It asks viewers to wait again. It divides a single ending into 3 shared breaths. That kind of release can build a fire. It can also scatter the ashes. On the page, the show also moved time. The gang is older now. The town is different. There is a military weight to Hawkins we have not seen before. The Upside Down is no longer a place you can name easily. It is a wound. It is a machine. It asks for a different kind of story. Not just kids versus monsters, but citizens versus systems. Memory versus control. That shift is risky. Some fans want the warm pulse of childhood nostalgia. Some want the cold clarity of final answers. The show must give both without betraying either. The gamble lives in scale. The episodes are long. They are made like films. The first 4 already push movie runtimes, and the finale stretches to nearly 2 hours. Bigger frames demand bigger beats. They demand emotional truth that can fill those frames. If the spectacle replaces the heart, the end will feel hollow. If the heart can survive the spectacle, the end will feel like myth. Netflix is also trying a theatrical moment. The finale will play in cinemas the same night it drops online. That choice turns a streaming event into a ritual, a public exhale in a dark room. It's a bid for ceremony. It says, this is not only for your screen. It is for the room where strangers sit together and let the ending leave them with noise and light and tears. But ceremony can backfire. A finale that feels staged for an audience can lose the quiet, private endings that made the series matter. A final season means closure. It asks the characters to pay for everything they did and felt. It asks them to answer old questions. Who are they when the monsters are gone? What do survivors owe the memory of those lost? How do they carry forward the shame and the courage and the scars? These kids grew into bodies that must now hold adult grief. Strange alliances will harden. New faces, like Linda Hamilton's character, enter the circle. She brings an energy the show has not had, someone who knows war and loss in a different language. New actors change the chemistry. They force the originals to shift. That can create fresh fire, or it can make the circle feel crowded. This is Netflix's boldest bet because Stranger Things is not just content, it is currency. It drives water cooler talk, merchandise, theme nights, and subscriber attention. Ending the series well protects that currency. Ending it badly can burn it. Netflix is spending in a way that screams confidence. The money is not only on production value, it is on narrative closure that will be argued about for years. If the finale delivers, Netflix's gamble pays. prestige, legacy, and a brand that knows how to finish great series well. If it fails, the cost is not only a drop in goodwill, it is the tarnishing of a franchise that has become part of pop culture's backbone. Expectations are a funny predator. They grow teeth from memory. Fans do not only want resolution, they want it done in the exact place their own hearts live. They want grief packaged in the language they learned from the show. They want surprises, but not the kind that break the people they love. There is no neutral ending here. Every close will be read as final judgment on the whole series. A single decision about who survives, who leaves, who becomes what will echo through the fandom and through the storytellers who come after them. That is pressure. That is terror. And it is also the miracle of great art, to be judged for trying. Stranger Things has always balanced answer and wonder. The show could explain the Upside Down and still keep its magic. It could let the monsters vanish and keep the ache. But there is a deeper question. Does the story end because the mystery resolves, or because the characters stop needing it? This season must settle the ledger, but it must also leave room for the world that grew around it, the toys, the spin-offs, the shows that borrow its grammar. If the finale closes everything too neatly, it will feel like a museum piece. If it leaves everything too wide open, it feels like a tease. The art is in the seam, in making the end feel like consequence, not marketing. The creators did not make this choice lightly. Reports from set say the final table reads were raw, messy, full of crying. When an artist finishes a piece that consumed their life, there is loss. There was also the relief of truth finally told. The Duffers know this. They push the story to the place where myth answers human pain. That kind of honesty is rare in large-scale TV. It is also terrifying. The 3-volume release and theatrical finale make the ending a public ritual. People will watch the first volume and talk. They will return on Christmas and then again on New Year's Eve, where the finale will play like a bell. This schedule turns private grief into a calendar event. It creates shared waiting, shared speculation, shared joy. That is the gamble. Will the ritual strengthen the story, or will it fracture the audience into impatience, leaks, and fragmented feelings? Will shared viewing become shared disappointment, or will it become a festival of closure? The answer depends on whether the finale earns the ceremony. At its core, this is not a bet about effects or box office. It is a bet about truth. The show must prove that the characters we loved on cheap VHS nights were never small. They were always big enough to carry an ending worthy of the fight. The audience wants to feel seen. They want to feel that the pain on screen means something beyond spectacle. They want to carry a truth back into their own life, that friendship can meet horror, that sacrifice can have meaning, that endings can be a form of grace. If the show chooses spectacle over meaning, the gamble fails. If the show chooses meaning and uses spectacle to lift it, the gamble wins. If it wins, Stranger Things 5 becomes a model. It will be an ending people point to when they talk about how to finish big shows. Netflix will be praised for letting creators finish on their terms. The Duffer Brothers will be remembered as storytellers who always thought in terms of myth. The town of Hawkins will become a legend, an ending to be revisited, not rehashed. If it loses, the loss will teach the industry a hard lesson. Even the biggest budgets cannot buy trust. Fans will remember the slipperiness of late promises. The spin-offs will feel like salvage. The name of the series might shrink in the way stories do when their last acts do not honor their first truths.